Mm-hmm.
Good morning, everyone. I am Nancy O. You are at Cooking with Nancy O and her sidekick, Rick. We are so excited to share a great recipe with you today. It's I think I started making this when we first got married, only I kind of revamped it for current day. And I have all kinds of tips on how you can make this work throughout your week. And it's all a make ahead salad. So that's really awesome and cool. So I want to first share about our harvest with the Tower Garden. I don't know if you caught my picture on Facebook earlier today, but that was everything we harvested from the Tower Garden yesterday. And we've had it sitting here. We have to still clean it up and do our thing with it. But I wanted to show you why you need to harvest and change out this is kale, first of all, and you can see how leggy it's getting. So, and how big this trunk is, a trunk.
Yeah.
I don't know what I said. I don't know what I said. Anyway, so it's time to put in fresh seeds in that. Now, all of these vegetables have been growing since last fall. So do you realize 4 or 5 seeds growing in one little pod? And we have been eating off of this. And I also want to tell you that I gave 6 bags of produce in the last 2 weeks to our friend Heidi, and her family has totally enjoyed it. So this is our kale, and you can see how leggy it's getting. And that's why I want to use fresh in there, because it's time for really good kale to be growing again. Not that this doesn't taste good. Wait till you see this one. This is a whole column of just basil. Now, you can see how very woody the trunk is getting. So we have more basil growing. This time we're trying 2 different types of basil, because basil is just so yummy and delicious. And Rick, you're going to have to, we have a spider crawling across right here, because we didn't wash this yet, and I don't like spiders. So the next one I want to show you, thank you, honey.
He's swimming.
He is swimming in the sink right now. This is all leaf lettuce. Now, can you see how big this is? And I'm going to try to hold this up to the camera so you can see this is the little net pot. And then the rock wool is down in there, and you can see how big that trunk is getting. So it's time to replace that. But normally when we harvest, we just pull from the back side, and then the front side keeps producing. Is this not totally awesome?
Yeah, and the roots you cut off.
And the roots, gosh, these roots were really long, but I cut them off when I brought them inside because I didn't want roots all over. And they just grow through the pot here. And then when the water trickles down on it, it rains on the roots. Okay, now this one I'm amazed at. This is the bib lettuce that I'm so proud of and have been so proud of. Look at this guy. I can't even hold it up. It's so long. You see how long this is? Now I'm going to turn it around so you can see the trunk. See that? Now this is the lettuce I have been showing pictures of that grows so beautifully round on the tower. Well, it went a little crazy. And then see the front, how we have this is all fresh little tiny lettuce starting. Oh, look at that. It's finally starting to seed. I didn't even notice that. But we have all kinds of new lettuces. Rick, I'm going to hand this one to you that we're trying in the tower. I'm going to just take a minute to wipe off the counter here because we don't want anything going on in our salad. We're going to share a make-ahead salad. And I first got this salad out of a cookbook that I got from, yes, please, he's going to dry that. I got this cookbook for a wedding gift, and I have seen many, many different versions of it. So we are going to start with, here's what the finished product's going to look like. Sorry, we had to move all of our lettuce. So this is what the finished product looks like. Totally make ahead. And it's sealed with mayonnaise and a couple tablespoons of sugar, cheese, and you could have added bacon to the top of this. Now, as we start demoing a new one, what I want you to keep in mind is, one, it could be done in individual containers. I do a lot of events, and usually I have someone with me. So I'll make it in a container big enough for two of us. So when we mix it up at the event, we just share the salad, we carry paper plates or whatever. So you can see how this can be great for a picnic, great for company coming. It'll stay in the refrigerator, I would bet, up to 3 to 5 days, all sealed up. And you can adjust the recipe the way you want. So I'm going to give this to Rick to put on the stove. I'm so excited about this because I've been making this for so long. I just want to share. Okay, now the original recipe called for iceberg lettuce because it's really crunchy and delicious, right? Well, it doesn't have a lot of nutrition. It has some. So what we did is we took leaf lettuce. For those of you who don't like kale, I want you to look and see how tiny we chopped this. Rick did all the chopping for me this morning. And people really don't realize there's kale in here. So that'll give you a nice crunch. We have Bib lettuce in here. Did we get any chard in here?
Yes, there's chard.
Okay. So we have chard.
Baby greens.
We have baby greens, chard, leaf lettuce, Bib lettuce. If you want more crunch, throw in a little bit of iceberg lettuce. You could also add spinach. It's an easy recipe to use, okay? Now, the way I do this is I just start layering it, and then I seal it, because then you're going to mix it later, and we'll demo that on the finished recipe. So it actually calls for 2 peppers, a red one and a green one. Why not add more color? Look at how beautiful all these peppers are. So I always like having a little green. So I'm just going to sprinkle green in here. And I honestly, do as many as you want. It doesn't have to have a special number, because this is what you like. If you don't like peppers, guys, eliminate them. And if you like a different recipe, put that in. The original recipe never called for carrots, but why not add some shredded carrots for the nutritional value? Okay, what do you think? Is that gorgeous? I think we could use some more color. I do like green peppers a lot. Okay, now here's the key. We get the peppers in, the onions. My original recipe called for just an onion. I use red onions, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I have trouble eating onions, but I have family members that love onions. So because they're red, I can find them easy. I love the taste of an onion. They just don't like me. So I use red onions. And sometimes red onions are very potent. So you don't necessarily have to use the whole onion or half of it. Do what you want. You see, I'm just guessing at all of this. I'm really not. I gave you the measurements as a guideline. You do not have to use those measurements exactly. Okay, see, and when this gets sealed, that onion flavor really takes, all these flavors really blend in, and they're delicious. So then I have some shredded carrots here. Look at this. So, and more color. You see all that beautiful color on there? And then it calls for like 10 ounces of frozen peas. I think that might be a little bit much, because this is actually it's a 12-ounce bag, but look at this. I don't think you need that many. But I will keep these peas and add them to other salads during the week. Now, is that not looking delicious? So what do you guys think? How easy is this to put together? Now, the trick to the dressing is, we're going to put Rick in charge here. He's going to take, we have a cup of mayo in here. Use a nice mayo. And then we're going to add just 2.
That's the light mayonnaise.
This is the light mayonnaise. And then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar to it. And he's going to mix that all up. So on the original of this recipe, I was kind of Googling around different versions of the recipe, because my recipe I have altered. One of the recipes said you could top it with bacon and cranberries after you seal it up, which is fine. I mean, you guys add what you want, or you could add the bacon later. How we doing? Ready?
Mhm.
Okay, now he's going to put this right on top of the salad. And he's going to spread this to the edges. And that's the big trick. And I want to tell you why I'm using this bowl instead of a pretty glass bowl is because I'm going to keep this in the refrigerator a couple days because I want to serve it later in the week. So I usually have some guests that come down and visit us during the week. And this will be a wonderful little thing to pull out. We can have a nice little salad with them. So you see how you can do so many different things with this salad. Here, let me take that. Okay. Tell them what you're doing.
Yep. Then just spread the mayonnaise and seal the edges. It's like putting a lid on top of it to seal everything up.
So as it sits in the refrigerator overnight or a couple days, those flavors are going to absolutely blend. Okay, let's see if we can. Are they getting a good shot of that? Let's see. You see how he just sealed that right up? Now he's making the sides of the bowl dirty, guys. Okay. Now I'm just gonna, I did not have cheddar cheese on hand, and I have used cheddar cheese in the past, but why do you have to stick to cheddar cheese? So what I have here is a Colby Jack cheese, and I'm just going to sprinkle it on top. It calls for a whole cup. That is a good source of protein. We also use low fat, low skim cheese at our house. So see, I'm not even gonna put the full cup on because I'm gonna show you how beautiful this looks. See how gorgeous that looks? Now, a couple options are if you have a beautiful salad bowl or just a bowl that you want to use and it's not as large and calls for the whole ingredients, just cut everything back. He's cleaning up after me, guys. I got him well trained. Right, honey? And yes, dear, he said. Did you guys hear him say yes, dear? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to just seal this. And now I have a salad for later in the week. Or if you just want to put saran wrap on it, do that. I like doing this for traveling if I'm traveling to someone's house. Okay, I'm going to set this aside. And we're going to pull up this other salad. All right. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. We didn't make this till this morning, so we didn't get our flavors to blend as fast. But it's going to be just as delicious because, you know, all we're going to do is take this and stir it up. Whoa. And look at the deliciousness. Is deliciousness even a word? I am going to grab a rubber scraper here because this is sticking. All the mayonnaise is sticking in here. So let's give it a little bit here. Will you hold that for me? We're mumbling to each other. Sorry. You can see how with the leaf lettuce, the kale, and all that, this actually is a huge salad. You see how all of this is just mixing in so nice? Well, we have a lot of lettuce in here, honey. It really compacted once we put that. Okay, now I can use that. And you can see how beautiful it is. I've taken this to many people's homes. Oh, there we go. What do you guys think? Okay. Are you dying to eat it, Rick? How many of you guys eat salad for? Okay, guys, let me know in the comments what you think because I think this is so awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to let Rick have a taste of this. I'm trying to mix this really delicately on camera, guys. I'm not usually this delicate about mixing things. It's got a lot of dressing, honey. Okay, that's okay. My husband loves dressing. Okay, so then you can just plate that up and he can have a taste. I don't know how many of you guys eat salad for breakfast, but we seem to be eating a lot of veggies on Monday morning after we demo with you guys. Vegetables for breakfast. Oh, I can.
Another good one.
It's another good one, he says, but I can actually hear him crunching. So even though the lettuce is an iceberg lettuce and iceberg lettuce is crunchier, you have the peppers in there. They're going to give you the crunch. You have the onions, the carrots, all that. You get plenty of crunch in that salad. Good.
Gotta make sure I got some peas.
He wanted to make sure he got peas, so maybe I should have added extra peas. The other thing that I will tell you guys is that, you know, even when after you start serving this, you can add things like sunflower seeds to it. Just think outside of the box, you know. Don't always have to follow the recipe the way it says. Just because it says 1 cup, you don't have to use 1 cup. So in this recipe, we have 2 kinds of lettuce, kale,
2 kinds of kale.
2 kinds of kale, and then the chard. So we have 5 different
And
vegetables. Oh, and baby greens. So 6 different greens that we grew alone on our tower garden. Peppers. We did not grow these peppers because we didn't have any growing at the time, but peppers grow wonderful on the tower. And so now you have 7 ingredients right off of your tower. If you keep peas in your freezer, you automatically have a salad ready to go. Peas and, you know, we always keep onions on hand for cooking. So I'm really curious to see if you guys try this recipe and what you think of it, because I'm very excited about this one.
And you can grow the peas on the tower too.
Oh, that's right. You can grow the peas on the tower, because we're getting ready to grow our peas on the tower. And we're going to grow them indoors because they prefer cooler weather. So we have an outdoor tower going. It's getting set up today, our outdoor tower. And then our 2 outdoor ones are going already. And the strawberries are looking amazing. So any questions about the tower garden, please reach out to us. We love talking about the tower gardens. We love helping people grow vegetables. And just imagine how fresh and delicious the salad tastes. Once you eat the salad off the tower, you're going to be amazed. We went camping this weekend with a group of friends. We made a humongous bowl of salad and took it along. Everybody enjoyed that. You saw how much lettuce I had laying here in greens. Plus, I gave 6 bags of it away in the last 2 weeks. Can you just imagine the produce that you will have? And I love sharing with friends and family. That's what this world is all about. So give us a call, reach out to us. We are dying to tell you all about our tower garden. So until next week, and we think up of another delicious recipe for you, have a wonderful week, a great weekend. It's Memorial Weekend, and just be safe out there, everyone. And we will talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, this was so good. You love it, don't you?
It is good. More peas.
More